Hey everyone, Nick here and welcome back to Gamerjoob, and welcome back to our Poppy Playtime character concept series. So in today's video, the character looking into is Icky Licky. So we're going to this character's backstory, location, gameplay mechanics, and all that good stuff. But before we do any of that, do be sure to leave a like, comment, and subscribe as it helps a lot and it's greatly appreciated. But alrighty, with that all out of the way, let's get into the character concept for Icky Licky. So previously in our Poppy Playtime character concept series, we've been looking into the newly introduced Nightmare Critter characters. And the first character we've seen so far is Baba Chops. This dark and mysterious outcast of a sheep eventually turned into an apex predator. She began hunting down and eating all the remaining smiling critter toys at the factory. And once she came across the main protagonist, they quickly became her next prey. In the end, they managed to escape Baba's clutches as all the half-eaten toys got their revenge. But now, as the player moves forward through the factory, they are bound to meet another nightmare critter. And little do they know that this critter would be quite deadly indeed. So the next character that we're introducing is known as Icky Licky. This cute little critter is based on the colourful but poisonous amphibian, the dart frog. Although these frogs may look pretty, you mustn't get too close to them. And the same rule would apply for Icky Licky as well. Icky Licky. Icky is the type of kid to fall behind in a relay race and immediately pin it on a sore knee, even when that's not the case. He's the very definition of a poor sport. Even though he's naturally talented, he's constantly challenging everyone on absolutely everything and usually without the outcome he expects. Don't worry, he has an excuse ready. Scent coffee. So it seems that Icky Licky can be quite the toxic character. And he was also toxic in many other ways. So when Playtime Co. developed the first Icky Licky prototype toy, they had no idea of the danger they would unleash upon all the workers and researchers. The first instances arose when the workers were just handling Icky Licky. Everyone who held the toy reported feeling extremely ill. They discovered that he was secreting a strange type of poison from his skin. It was then decided that he should be isolated from everyone else at the factory. Over time, in this isolation, Icky Licky grew at an alarming rate. With his rapid growth, he developed a new way to administer his poison. Aside from being just like a dart frog, he also took on the traits from the Peepa toad. Just like this unsightly amphibian, Icky Licky developed multiple holes all over his back. With this new mutation, he was able to spit out multiple globs of poisonous slime. This slime started to spread as it coated all the walls and the floors of his cell. Eventually, this slime weakened all the walls and he was able to escape his confinement. Now that he was free, he was able to spread his toxicity as much as he pleased. Anyone who came into contact with this poisonous slime would suffer a terrible fate. It would only take a matter of minutes and it would all be over for them. If any of the corridors or hallways were coated in this poisonous slime, they couldn't be accessed. But eventually the workers developed a GrabPack attachment that would fix this problem. It was named the Spraymatic, and it was used to clear this poisonous slime. It sprayed a special solution that would instantly break it down and dissolve it. But if Icky Licky found anyone with these Spraymatics, he would snatch it away with his tongue and leave them defenseless. In the end, Icky Licky claimed this area as his own. His poison spread far and wide and left no one alive. And if anyone else were to invade his domain, then they'd better watch out where they step, because if Icky Licky's poison gets on them, then it's all over. But now we return back to our main protagonist. After dealing with Baba Chops, they are now still making their way through the factory, but it seems that they've run into a little bit of a problem. The way forward is covered in this strange looking purple goo. This slimy stuff is all over the place. Something tells them that they probably shouldn't touch it. But they need to find a way to get past this strange substance that's blocking their path. So the player decides to go look around for anything that can help. All throughout this area are traces of the slime. They would need to do their best to jump over the puddles and even swing over it as well. What on earth could have made all this strange stuff? Whatever it was, the player didn't want to stick around to find out. Eventually they locate a room that contains a handy new item for their GrabPack. This item is the Spraymatic. They also find a note explaining the dire situation. It explains that Icky Licky has spread his poison all over the facility, and this item is the only thing that can help. With this, now they can wash away all the poison and make the path clear. but they need to look out for Icky Licky. If he catches the player with the Spraymatic, then he wouldn't be very happy. So the player equips it and heads back to clean up the mess. As they make their way back, a glob of purple poison flies right at them. They narrowly dodge it as it sticks to the wall. Icky Licky has found them and he isn't happy. He launches more poison directly at the player. They need to quickly aim at these globs and spray them in mid-air. So this is who's responsible for spreading the slime everywhere. This grotesque nightmare critter loves spreading his toxicity everywhere he goes. And the idea of the player cleaning it up truly angers him. The player quickly rushes back to the hallway to make their escape, and Icky Licky follows right behind them. They start washing away the poison and making their way forward, but Icky Licky is right behind them as they do so. Fortunately, due to his size, he can't move very fast, but as he slowly moves towards the player, he continues to spit out his poison. So the player has to juggle between washing the way forward and turning around to defend against the oncoming attacks. If they manage to spray the solution into his mouth, then they would stun him for a few seconds. Eventually, after balancing both tasks, the player clears the hallway and all the poison. But at the last second, Icky Licky grabs onto the Spraymatic with his long tongue. He rips it off their GrabPack and swallows it whole. But what he doesn't know is that the player set it to auto-spray. Now the solution continues to spray all throughout Icky Licky's body. And sure enough, it sprays out of each of the glands on his back. It seems that the Spraymatic has completely flushed all the poison out of his body. Now that Icky was no longer toxic, this caused his body to shut down. Finally, Icky Licky has been defeated. He was only knocked out for the time being, but this would definitely give the player enough time to get away. So now they continue their journey and nervously await whichever critters lie ahead. As to who they will be, it's not very clear, and until then, we'll just have to wait and see. So I think that Icky Licky would be an interesting character to see in Chapter 4. I think that the idea of the poisonous slime could be a fun gameplay mechanic. It could lead to lots of challenging obstacles for the player to overcome. And it would also serve this character well with his whole toxic persona. The player would need to steer clear of this poisonous frog, because if they didn't, then they would surely croak. Alrighty everyone, well that's all we have for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you did, please consider leaving a like, commenting and subscribing, as it helps a lot and it's greatly appreciated. As always, let me know in the comment section down below what you thought of Icky Licky and what you'd like to see going forward. Also be sure to comment down below all your theories for what you think is going to happen in Chapter 4. And lastly, I just want to thank each and every one of you for watching and supporting today's video. It means a lot to us, and we're so happy that you're all enjoying our return to the Poppy Playtime character concept series. And also a very big thank you to all of our awesome and loyal Gamerjoob members as well. But alrighty everyone, until the next Poppy Playtime character concept video, I'll catch you later, bye.